Hello everyone. As I said, a friend of mine sent me this little ditty, and it is funny, and we both said it would make a really good mug rug. It should be embroidered out. So this is what we're doing, and I thought it was an ideal time to do a tutorial to remind some of the people that were working with me last year or earlier this year, and for anyone else who wants to join along. So I'm working in hatch 2. I know you can get hatch 3 now, marvellous, but I don't see the point in spending more money while this one is still fulfilling my needs and the needs of people that are learning in the first place. You get really good at it, well then go ahead, go buy hatch 3 or upgrade to hatch 3. If you are a beginner, I suppose the best thing would be to buy hatch 3 in the beginning, but I don't know, so we'll wait and we'll see about that, and I'll give you more information about that when I've looked at it. So this is my screen. I have just put up the crosshairs on the naught line, so I know that that is the centre, yoo-hoo, of my work at the moment. I work with a grey background, okay, so that I can see things like white. So if I'm using white stitching, I can see it. How to change it, right click on your screen, come down to background and display colours and pick what you like. It's up here, okay, pick what you like, it's up there. But I'm going to leave mine as it is. I like the grey so that I can see my white stitching, which I tend to use quite a lot of. The next thing I want to say to you is I am working in metric, okay. If you're in I can, because I've not got anything on here, or I clicked off anything that was on here, I could just drop that down and go to US or Imperial, but I'm not. I'm going to work in metric for this one. This is going to be into our 5x7 inch hoop, okay, to put your hoop on so you can see it up here, show hoop, okay, and then this is my RE18, which is my 5x7 hoop. And if I use my mouse to scroll out, you can see there it is. But I'm not going to work with the hoop for now. Leave that alone for now. I've taken the hoop off. What I need, and we've now moved, press 0 on your keyboard. It's not there. There's nothing there at the moment. So I'm just going to bring that back into focus because I seem to have moved it out of centre. Doesn't matter. And the very first thing we're going to do is draw our outside line, and we're just going to do that by picking up over here, digitize, okay, and we're going to digitize a rectangle, and we don't want it to fill over here. We're changing it to an outline, which should give us a single run. Now this can be any colour you like. I'm going to do it in black so that I know that this is my outside line, okay. And I want, just for a moment, I'm going to draw any old size rectangle because then I can go and change it to what I actually want. So my rectangle, you click, you drag it diagonally, click again, there it is. Then I go to select, and it's selected over here in our sequence bar. And as you can see here, it's giving me whatever size I just drew. So now I'm going to take off the proportional lock because I know exactly the size I want this. And then I make sure, yeah, I'm unlocked on my proportional scaling. So I want the top of it to be, let me see, 123 millimeters. And I want the bottom of it to be 164 millimeters. So it's putting it that way up. Okay, that's brilliant. I can put my lock back on there and I can say okay. Now the next thing I want to do, because that obviously, as you can see, is not in the middle of our workspace, so I'm going to pick it up, highlight it on the sequence bar, and then close digitizer and open create layouts. Come down to here, auto center the work area. Now the dark bit you see is what we've just done, and the lighter bit that you see is where it will go. And we hit enter and it shoots to the middle. And now you can see my crosshairs are saying, yes, Jack, that's in the middle. Okay, so that's fine. Now, while I've got it highlighted, I want to go up to select, go up to reshape. Highlight it, reshape. And you can see at the moment it's just got 4 pointy corners. Well, I don't want them. So I do want them, but I don't want it like that. So what I'm going to do is while it's in reshape mode, I'm going to come back about I'm looking at my scale here, yeah, and I'm going to say, well, yeah, I'm between, about there. It doesn't really matter, do it your own way. I'm going to put another point in by just clicking it. Alright, another little point, you see that one? And then diagonally opposite it, roughly, I'm going to put in another square point. I might undo that one, and put it down a bit. No, undo it again. God, I'm hopeless. And put it, no. I'm trying to get it to be about the same height. That's about the same height, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. And then what I will do is we're still on reshape, remember. I will highlight the one that is a pointy corner, press my space bar, which turns it into a round. And then I'll grab that round and bring it to make a rounded corner. See that? Do the same over, now that one's a bit more difficult, but we'll do the same over here. So we'll do a square and a square. Oh, got that better. Highlight that one, press the space bar, makes it a round. Bring the space bar in a bit. There we are. Do the same over here. So I'm going to click it, and this is left clicking, right? Ooh, that one's not quite right, but never mind. We'll highlight that one, space bar, and we'll bring that so it's centralized between the two to give us a corner. Now mine aren't entirely the same, so I can, even after you've done it, you can wiggle it, you can move them around a little bit. And this one, I need to take out the start and stop. Okay. Oh, I've done one there, didn't I? And I'll do one there, and then highlight that one and make it around by pressing the space bar, makes it around. Then I'll bring it in, and I'll put my stop and start in the same place there, right? Okay. And then I'll take a view and say, well, actually, that's better. That's better. That one needs to go between the two, yeah? Okay, and this one, I could come in a bit more. There he is. And that one, maybe? Yeah, perhaps that one could come in a little bit. Take a view on that, okay? That's up to you, isn't it? And yeah, I'm gonna delete a couple here. I just put in, move my round to the center and bring it in a bit. No, take it out a bit, right? Whoop, no, that's too much. Okay, so now you can see, actually, that one, I'm going to put another one in there and capture all of that one and delete that one, yeah? Move that back to the middle. Oh, too much. Let's move that over. Gone off my line now. Move that over. There. Yeah, you could play that for hours, but anyway, now I got rounded corners, haven't I? Okay, up to you how long you go on playing with that one. So, having got that the right shape and where I want it, and it is centered in the middle, and at the moment I've just got that as a single run line. Now I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to duplicate it, which we can do on a shortcut there, or we could have gone over there and pressed duplicate. But I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to make the next one in a blue colour. Alright, so that gives us a stop on the machine because I changed colours. Not that we are going to change colours, but it just stops the machine. So the first one is black. The second one is I've turned it to a turquoise colour. Yeah. What this means for us on when it actually sews out is that first off, the first round sews in whatever colour you're using and stops. That gives you the outline within the hoop of where you need to place your batting and your fabric down over the top. Then the second line, different colour now, so we've done that and we've sellotaped it so it won't move, right? The second line then holds that fabric down, okay? Got that so far? Now, if I just go up here and plop my hoop back on, as you can see, that's filling up my hoop. But I don't want to work with this the wrong way round because I want it to be 90 degrees one way or another, right? So I can pick up the hoop and I can say, well, we're going to move that right 15, right 15, right 15, right 15, right 15, right 15, okay. And then I can press Control A on my keyboard, Control and A at the same time, which picks up everything. And again, using this, I can say, well, turn that one way, 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways. So now I know my hoop faces that way up. That's the right way up for my hoop. But we're going to be digitizing this sideways, if you like, to get it on in the right way up to us doing it, but also so that we don't have one long great picture. We want, when we finish with this, we want to be able to use the mug rug in this orientation. Okay, so now we're ready to bring the picture in. So I'm going to take my hoop off now, having done that, known everything is correct so far. And I'm going to save it. So up here, the save design. Now, I've already, I think, given mine a name. So it's just done it. If not, you would go save, and up would come your usual box to say, where do you want to save it? And you would pick your folder and give it a name and save it in the folder that you want to. Okay? Now, the next thing we want to do is to bring in the artwork. So up here, see, up here, I'm up here. It's not a design. A design is another embroidery bit, but an artwork is what we work with in the background. So I am going to pick up, where is it? Well, it's not even up there. Let's go up a bit further. Mug rug, it got to be in there. Horse ping. Now I'm hoping this will come straight in. If it doesn't, I'll have to change it. It did. Okay, so there's my horse ping. And I'll put this horse ping up on the Love Rock Designs embroidery Facebook page so you can download this horse ping. Alright, so this is the first bit that we're going to use. So I know it comes straight in as it is. We don't want it that big. No, no, no. But, and it's got a bit of words on it that we're not going to use. That's something else. But you see here, it's coming, and it'll always come in at the top because it's artwork. Okay? Now, I'm going to slightly resize that. So you see these black corners here? Yeah? And I'm going to hold down Control. No. Hold down Shift. So that it will do it, you know, all in one go. And then move it over and decide... because I want the wording to go here, you see. So I'm just looking at myself and thinking, how big do I actually want it? And where do I don't want it to go too near the edge of my work. No, so that's, no, a bit bigger. Perhaps a little, no, got to think of the words, haven't you? I reckon that's about right. I think that's about right. So whatever that is. So write this down, millimetres, 88.49 or 88, whatever, you know, 88.5, 76.2. Okay, that's the size it's ended up. Alright, on mine. I think that's a bit right. you can please yourself exactly how you want to do it. And now I've got that there, and I know that that's the right place for me. I've gone over to the artwork over here, and I am going to right click, and I am going to come down to lock. So there's a little lock that's come up next to it on the objects, yeah? Which means that that little picture cannot move. Okay, I can't accidentally move it. So now to start doing our work, I am going to press 0 on my keyboard, and that will bring everything up to fit within the view that I have. So here we go. Now we're going to digitize. I'm going to close that down. So I got back a slim margin over here, and pick up. I think the first thing I ought to do, it may sound odd, but the first thing I ought to do are these wood boards, okay? I got a piece of brown that I often use as wood that gives me sort of like a little bit of lines on it that would look like a wood board. And you've got to remember, you cannot make something exactly as you see it, because this is moving from a cartoon drawing into fabric, okay? So I am going to do a bit of applique now, all right? So I am going to hit the applique tab over here. See where I am? Over here. Hit the applique tab, and I'm going to digitize applique. Okay. So now I am going to use my left and my right clicking on my mouse. A left click, so your index finger, is a straight or angle point. The right click, your middle finger, is a curve. Got that? Left is a point, angle point. Right click, middle finger, is a curve. Okay. And forget about what's on the screen at the moment. Can't move, so don't worry about it. And we're going to start. I'm going to start in this corner here. What colour am I going to do? I'm going to pick up a brown. Chocolate, it says down there. Pick up a brown. I'm on digitize applique, and I'm going to start, and I am actually wheeling that in. I just used my mouse wheel. 200, yeah, not to me. 233%, so it's nice and big, or even bigger. 291%, that says up there. So it's nice and big, and I did that with my wheel on my mouse. So I am going to left click the start as a point, an angle point. Then I'm going to start using curves around here. And then I'm going to put an angle point, because I want to go this way now, don't I? And my angle point can come right over to there, another angle point. Now I'm going to use some curve, because it's slightly curved. Angle point, left. And hopefully, yeah, I don't need, it's the last one, so I don't need to put a point down. As it's applique, which is always going to be a closed shape, I can just hit enter and it'll do it. Now you see it's written me the applique all in one go. And we'll come back to that because we're going to have to split this applique apart. But it's done my applique. I'm just going to look pre-placement. No, so I'm gonna highlight that so I can go from pre-cut to trim in place. Okay, which will give me a box zigzag. This is brilliant. All these things, leave it alone for now. Alright, stitch spacing, where it could be a bit bigger. I'll say 0.45 on that. I don't want it too dense, okay? I'm going to leave everything else alone for a moment. So now I've done the, that would be that wood fabric going down, yeah? But I'm not just happy with the wood fabric going down. I'm still on chocolate down here, so I'm going to go to digitize a open shape, because I just want to do a line, yeah? So that'll give me a single run, which is all I want, and I'm going to just start just below. Oh, that wasn't a good place to start, Jack, actually. So just underneath that stitching over to just underneath that stitching, and then hit enter. Just a single line, and the same above here. Just underneath that stitching and just underneath that stitching. Enter. Now at the moment it's on top, but we are going to make that underneath when we get there. Okay, so don't worry about that for a moment. We're going to move everything to be the right sequence in the end, I hope. So that's that done. So at that point I'm going to hit save design. Alright, because I don't want to have to do all that again. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do now is to start to digitize the horse. Okay. And obviously I'm going to start with his feet and God knows what. But look at all this in the way. So I am now going to pick up those I did in brown. Hold my shift key. All the ones I did in brown. Okay. And I'm going to right click on them and hit hide selected. Alright. Now they're still there. Ooh, my pad's going to fall off the wall. What happened there? Why won't you stay up, you little sod? Oh, my sellotape's moving. I didn't want it to happen. I'll refix that in a minute. Right, okay. So, it's still there. You just can't see it for the moment, but they're still there because you can see them here. And this shaded bit says, oh, they're hidden. Okay. Well, while they're hidden, great, because that means that we can now move on to doing things underneath that we need to do without all of that getting in our way. So now do we want to do, it depends on how big it is. Let's go back. So we got our zoom scale up here, yes, so we can either go there and pick 100 or go over here and zoom level is 100, right? So now we can see it, the actual size. Do we want to do that as a piece of applique? No, I don't think we do. I think that's not too big for us to do it as actual embroidery. Right, okay. So now I'm going to go 0 on my keyboard to bring it up. Then I'm going to hit B on my keyboard. And you see how it brings up this plus or minus thing? Yeah? And I just draw a box around the one hoof. That brings it up nice and big so I can see. I'm now at nearly 600%. That's great because it's nice and big so I can see. And we need to do black. So down here I'm going to say black. And digitize closed shape over here. Alright? And I am just going to angle, curve, 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 angle. Ooh, I didn't go down far enough. Take that backspace, angle, curve, 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 angle, curve, angle, and enter, and that'll meet up. Ooh, it's come out, and where are we? It's come out as a line, so I can pick it up down here on the sequence bar and say, no, I wanted that as a fill, but not satin. I wanted it to tatami to start with, and we'll come back to it. Okay. And moving over, because now we've got the black in our hands, we may as well do the same over here. So, digitize close shape on the toolbox. We're in black, we're in fill, we're on tatami, the same now, and we'll go angle, curve, 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 angle, curve, 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 angle, curve, angle, and hit enter. Fills it in. Lovely. So now we've done the two hooves. We'll come back and play with them in a minute. Let's get the rest down as we go. Alright. Now, we want to go to light grey now. So, we don't want those blacks mocking about with us now. We want them to hide. So we pick them up, one, and hold shift, pick the other one up, right click and say hide selected. So that's gone now. It hasn't really gone, it's there, but it's out of our way. So the next thing we want to do now is to pick up this grey and then say digitize a closed shape again. Okay, so again I'm bringing it, I just use my wheel on my mouse to bring that up, and now up to quite a large size so that I can really see the picture. Angle, curve, 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 angle, and I am deliberately going to go a little bit bigger than I should to overwrite a little bit of the black. Okay, angle, curve, curve, curve. I've done this the wrong way around, haven't I? Hang on, escape, let's start again. Let's start there, because I did it inside out somehow. Start again. Angle, curve, 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 angle, angle, curve, curve, and this is why I'm just going over the black a minute. Angle, curve, curve, angle, and hit enter. Right, so I've gone over the black a bit now, haven't I? Okay, never mind about that. So again, with the grey, carrying on, and don't worry what the stitches look like for a moment, because we always just lay the stitches down and come back and do what we want artistically once they're down. So now I'm going to start there, because that's where it's close to join, and I'm going to say I want these are all angles, so all my index finger, now curving, angle, and hit enter. Right, got that? So now we've done that one. So now move along, be on the keyboard, bring that back up nice and big, and say, well, let's do the same thing. But we know the black is there, we've done it. So now what we need to do is angle, curve, 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 angle, angle, curve, 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 angle, curve, 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 enter. And again I'm going to start there, angle, angle, oh, curve, angle, angle, curve, angle, 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 curve, angle, 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 curve, 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 angle, curve, and hit enter. Alright, so now we got the two of them. Okay, now if we go now, okay, and over here hit right key and say unhide all, yeah, looky loo, that's all come out, so that the silver is on top of the black, and the black is on, and everything else is on top of the brown. That's great. Okay, I'm just going to go and select over here. I don't know why I got on that line, but I've gone select over there. Again, there are more things we need to do, but let's get it down and come back to it. Now, to tackle the actual horse, I think I am going to do the major part of him, grey, as applique, but I'm going to have to do it as a manual applique so that I can get this as I want it around him. So first of all, I'm going to digitize a closed shape in an outline in grey, that light grey, okay. Bring it up nice and big so I can see it. And it is an applique, so you may have to go down first, I'm not sure. We'll work that out as we come along, right? But I am just going to draw using curves and imagining where the curve would be for this bit of fabric. Come on, I want to go up here now, right? So I just put the stitch line and saying, oh, that is the close shape, yeah, enter. No, undo, do that again, Jack. Right, start with an angle, come up. And I go above him on the black, okay. I can't remember whether I did that as a, that should be an angle there. And close it. Enter. Right. So that is a tack down stitch to of where we would put our piece of material. So now I go right to the bottom and I'm going to duplicate that and put it a different colour. So I've highlighted it. Duplicate, okay, so I've got two of them now, okay, and change that one to being a blue, or, well, what have I got? We need more colours, oh, we can use that one, that light blue again, yeah? Because, so now we've got a grey one and then a blue one, because the grey one is showing us where to put it, the blue one is showing us, is stitching down what we've just done, yeah? Then I'm going to duplicate that again, yeah? So I've got two blue ones now. And I'm going to make that a zigzag one. But I only want the width of that zigzag to be 1.5 millimeters wide. Right? So it's not, no, that's too big. I want that zigzag to be 1.5, but I want to offset. If I offset it, can I get it to go the other way? No, that's inwards. No, normal. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it like that. Okay. So that's going to do that. I've just made that third one down, a zigzag. I've just turned that back into grey. Alright, so we've got a grey, a blue, and a... because that's your stop. Because you put down your grey, yeah? Then... oh, pardon me. Then the blue, because you want your machine to stop so you can put your fabric down. The blue will do an outline run again. And then... you want to do the zigzag. Well, you're going to use grey all the time, but this is to stop the machine so you can do it. So having done that zigzag, right, we're going to switch over to black and we're going to digitize a closed shape and we're going to do it in a fill, alright, no matter what the fill is at the moment because we'll come back to that, okay. I'm going to use tatami all the way through and then we go back and fiddle with it, okay. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, right, okay, so close shape. I want to follow the outside of that grey, so I don't mind having the grey zigzag to hold down the fabric at all. So from the, can you see that I'm just digitizing down angle, coming back up now, curves, 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 angle, and saying enter, Yeah, you see how I've just digitized that mainy bit? And we still can see a little bit of the grey holding down the fabric. That's fine. So on the same Vogue, now we're here, we can do this side. So coming from here, we can say, well, there. Let's go down the outside first, I think. And this is angled. Curve, angle, curve, angle, curve, 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 angle, angle, curve, angle, angle, and we're going to go up the outside of that one. Curve, 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 and hit enter. See, now we've done that bit. Yeah, so now, look, we're getting this thing. Now we want to do the top of him. We're still in black, so let's do the top of him. Where do we start? Let's start down here, because although this really is a bit of his fringe, isn't it? The angle, angle, curve, 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 angle, angle, curve, angle, curve, 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 angle, curve, angle. I want to make it bigger really. Curve, 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 angle, curve, angle, angle, angle. Did we say this was this like the closed one, isn't it? Yeah, I've got to come back, haven't I? Right, angle, curve, angle, curve, curve. Yeah, there he is. Enter. Alright, so now we've got his top bit on. His little top head on. Right, okay. Now, we need to pick up... What do we need now? We don't need more black, do we? We want a bit of grey. So we're going to go... Move to grey and say just like close shape. Bring it up nice and big again. And say, well, from there... We're going to... Angle, curve, 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 angle, angle, curve, 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 and hit enter. Oh look, I got his ear in, right? Next bit you want to do over here is angle, curve, angle, angle, curve, angle, curve, and hit enter. Right, so now we've got that bit in. See, we're making him. I don't know how long we are on the time. I might have to stop it at some stage and do another version. Well, now we want to pick up red. Oh, I ain't got a lot here, have I? If I press my over here on the bottom here, add, yeah, it gives me. I'm going to add a load more colours because I don't know what colour I want. Oh, 37. I want a more of a maroon colour, kind of. Yeah, I'm going to pick that one, 27, Winterberry, right? So, starting here, and now when we're doing it, we do want to overstitch a little tiny bit of what we've already done. Remember, I'm working at 500% practically. So, at the end of the day, this is a lot more than it would appear to you. Do it, right? Pardon me. Right down the bottom, pick it up and say you're supposed to be that 27. Alright, it looks like that, but obviously I got better colours when I'm actually at my machine to use, but it's a colour stop, so that'll do me. And I'm going to go back now and do this side. This ties a close shape using 27 again, if you don't mind. Alright, so angle, curve, 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 angle, backspace, 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 because I missed a line, angle, 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 no, it's curve, curve, angle, curve, angle, curve, and bring it together. Right, okay, so that's his ears in. And obviously I'm not going to use that great big mulberry colour. I got more colours to pick, but that's good enough so that I know it's a different colour. Alright, so we've done him so far. We've done all the background face, haven't we? Yeah. So now what do we want to do? Now, it's like anything, you have to take a view on this, because we can't do every single line exactly as this is drawn, although we're doing our best. But, you know, so we have to take a view. I think this is a good place to stop. I'm going to go and look at the video and see how long this has run so far, because practically we're nearly there, apart from we're going to change every stitch angle, we're going to change every usage of stitch, we're going to open up the bottom box so that we haven't got the brown stitch under our hooves and things like that, and that the brown lines are stitched in between the applique and this sort of thing. So there's lots more to do yet, but I think this is a good place to start for lesson 1 of doing this little ditty.